Back in the second part of the video where we are going to discuss about how to get started with GitHub and complete your 4 pull requests for Hacktoberfest and win that tea. So let's get started right into it, and you should firstly go to hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com. So before we get started, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to show you two types of ways in which you can contribute for Hacktoberfest. The first one is going to be a no-code one, where you won't be able to use any, you won't be using any other code or CLI, which is command line interface. But the second one is going to be a bit intense, but also I'll be showing you some resources where you can learn more about that particular thing, but I'll be also showing you how you can do that. So let's get started right into it. Go to hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com and you can just click on start hacking. After that, the main thing is like to get started with it, you need to have a GitHub account which you can sign up. Actually, I'm inside my GitHub account, but you can use your Google to create a new GitHub account if you don't have one, right? After creating that particular thing, you'll be on this particular page. You won't have anything, these repositories and all, but you will see a blank page. After that, once you have signed in into GitHub, this is the first step, and you should go to Hacktoberfest. So actually it's logged in already, but you can log out. On hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com, the second step is to click this start hacking or this one, and after that it will ask the GitHub account. You just sign in with GitHub account. It actually links up with the GitHub which is open on your browser, and it logs in. So if you see over here, it says 0 of 4 pull requests. So you need to complete 4 pull requests. If you have watched the first part of the video, you would have understood that you have to complete 4 successful pull requests to get your tea or plant a plant. So let's get started right into it. So to get started with it, I actually have first let's get started with the no code part, which you can I will help you understand one no code pull request and one with CLI, and after that the remaining two I will leave it to you to just fiddle around with things, and also try to make some legitimate pull requests to some good organizations, the repositories which will really help you to start your OSS journey, which is open source software journey. And the first thing where I would like to show you a no code implementation is on dev jokes. Actually, it is by Shruti Kapoor, and she has actually made this open this I think it's the last year. Yeah, it's for the last year Hacktoberfest, when I was using GitHub for the first time, when I contributed to this particular thing, and recommend you to start with this as well. So what this repository is something like, you see the name of the repository, and there are different branches for each repositories. I will also link you up resources where you can actually learn about GitHub in depth. But for now, you can actually, what you can do is something like, you can see the code, you can download the code, you can clone the code, which I'll be showing you in the second method. And for now, actually all of these things are the jokes, right? So how do you contribute to this particular thing is like, all of this is in the file readme.md. So to contribute in this particular thing, you need to change in readme.md and say that you should send a pull request saying that I have made a change, have a look, and merge it. So make this look, add that particular thing to this. So I'll click on readme.md and I'll go to edit options. So you can edit actually after cloning the thing, which I'll be showing in the second one, or you can do it from right here as well with a no code. So if you are someone who is using this version control to keep track of your work, or keep track of your designs, or if you are having your website which is hosted on .github.io and you want to put something in the readme.md, you can just do it right from here. So what I want you to do is something like, you see over here, right? So it's like these people have had different Santa, this one, that one, that one, that one. But what I am going to do is like, I'm going to pick up this particular thing, and it's like HTML, right? So I'm going to copy this I'm going to the end of the questions, like end of the jokes, and see, like I'm going to remove this particular thing. And in the question part, like actually these are the different things that you can use in readme.md to change the way the things look. So I actually searched for a dev joke which I really wanted, and I found this one. I'm using this as a sample to whomever has created this. I'm giving the full credits. It's from Quora. Okay, so how's your dev job going? That's a question, and I just keep googling stuff, and it keeps working. That's fantastic answer, right? It's very funny. So let's get putting. How's your dev job going? So what I will do is like I'll go to the question. How's your dev job going? So what the answer is something like, let's get rid of these lines because we won't require them. And the answer is something like, I just keep googling stuff and it keeps working. So let's get into it. uh, I just keep googling stuff, and it just works, something like that. And what I'll do is like added a new joke for developers. So this is something called commit. After commit, you need to pull the request, right? So you can directly make it to the master branch, and if you're learning version control, you'll understand like you can manage this particular repos in multiple branches, because you might have multiple teams working on the same code base and people might be doing different stuff, right? You need to have multiple branches so that you can maintain who is working on what, and when things turn out well, you can actually merge those with the master branch. So we'll be doing directly to the master branch, and after doing that, you can see that it has been added to this. So next what you do is something like you go to pull request, and you say new pull request. So you will be creating a new pull request, and you'll already see the changes that you have put in over here. It says like you have added this particular thing. We have actually edited little bit, so there, here, something like that, so it's showing like that. So what you do is like you say create a pull request, you put this particular thing which we have previously put, and you say create pull request, and that's it, guys. Something amazing is going to happen. Earlier it used to be like we have zero pull requests, and this says open, so it's waiting for the maintainer of this particular repository to actually look at it and say that this is a legit pull request and I want to merge it with my particular repository. And if you're contributing to a repository which is looking for jokes, and you are adding the joke, and you shouldn't have any other problems like that. You definitely won't. And you see 0 out of 4 pull requests, right? So you have to do 4. So let's get it rolling. Let me refresh this now and see what would happen. Boom, there is one pull request done, and this is your first pull request. So if you have really enjoyed this first pull request with no code, hit that like button and do subscribe, so that I'll be making a lot of videos on generalist approach, technology, product design, and a lot of other things. So that's it. And you can see that it's over here. You see a timer ticking over here. Is something like this gets a maturity period, until which the maintainer of this particular repo gets this notification, and he can actually if you make any silly request, you go to some good repository and you just mess the code or do something very silly, and you make a pull request, then this the maintainer will have 7 days to just mark your thing as invalid. When if it gets made invalid, this pull request is not going to be counted. So be sure about you see what repositories you are contributing for. You will see a lot of beginners repositories which you can refer, and you can do that. And there are also some ineligible repositories if they have some unfair if they've done something unfair in the past, something like adding just the email name or other silly stuff, then these people just Hacktober and the other people just remove it. You can also see that if it doesn't align, you can also report that particular repository. So if you're a beginner, yeah, I would say that this first pull request is just for delight, and the second pull request where I'm going to show you with the CLI how to get started and how to make a first pull request. So let's get going, guys. For the second pull request, what you have to, this is the second method. The first method is done and we have been through one pull request out of four. So for the second thing, I want you all to have this git, which is a CLI for GitHub, which helps you with a GUI client to make pull requests and actually push the code, right? To get started with it, you just need to download, click here, install that particular thing. And actually, I've already have this installed, so I no need to do that. So let's get started, and let's see if I can find any other. So this is something. Let me see. Let me see. So yeah, cool. So actually, for the last year, when I started with GitHub, I also contributed to this particular repository with a lot of data structures, algorithms, and other stuff over here. So you can do that as well. So if you have any any code which you can actually upload this, you can do that. I'm going to go with basics of C, and I'll find some code online and I'll try uploading to it, whichever isn't in this. So yeah, so to get started with it, what you do is something like, firstly, in the second method, firstly, what you need to do is like, for this particular thing, I already have this particular thing, so I can't fork it again because I've previously done it. So next, what you do is something like, you need to clone this particular thing, I think. uh, 1 second. So you need to copy this. You can copy this over here as well. You need to copy this HTTPS. There's CLI and everything as well. So I would say go to HTTPS, copy this particular thing, and actually I have created a directory called GitHub over here. So I'm going to go into it, cd GitHub. Actually, you need to learn some CLI things like CD, LS, and other stuff. But for now, for this particular thing, I'm going to help you with the basic things that you'll require. And what I'm going to do is like, I'm going to say GitHub, clone the particular repository which is present at this particular URL. I'm going to paste it. Oh shit. So I'm going to click over here. I'm going to copy this particular thing. I'm going to say paste. What is happening over here? Yeah. So you just clone it, and it just get cloned in that particular place. And until it gets cloned, just let's get a small code of say sorting code in C. So I encourage you, I would recommend you to go with writing your own code and everything, but just for showing you how this thing works, I'm going to copy this particular code from this particular place, and I'm giving the full credits of the code to Programming Simplified, and I'm just using it for the tutorial purpose. So there's no things in that. So what I'm doing is like, if you see, you have a new repository cloned in here. So what you do is go inside that and see there are a lot of things. I'll go to C. If you go, there are a lot of programs in C. What I'll do is like, I'll use Nano, which is an editor, right? Nano bubble sort dot C. So it's a C program. You will have to add that particular thing in the end, and you get this Nano editor. And what you can do is something like, you can paste it over here, whatever you have copied. So I don't think what's happening here. So you need to copy this particular code, and you need to put it in there so that you can actually make a pull request saying that this is the code boss, take my code. So I don't understand why this. Yeah, now it works. So what you do is like, you have this simple things over here which you can read. There are shortcuts. You can press Control and X, and then you need to press Y to say yes, I need to make these changes, and press enter. So with this, you have actually written that particular code into this particular directory with the name bubble sort. If you see now, you will see a bubble sort.c which is added to this particular repository on local. So you have this particular thing on your local machine. It's not on the repository. So now we need to make a pull request and say to that repository owner, hey, the repository owner, innovative Hacktober maintainer, here's my code for bubble sort I've added, and just merge it with that particular repository. So to do that, the first thing we are going to do is like we are going to get we need to add all of these particular things which we have added. So for that, I say git add dot says is like any extension, just add it. So it will get added. So lf will be replaced with something something. There are some uh, that's fine. So I will say git status to just get the status, and you can see git next. What you have to do, you have to make a commit hyphen m, name the commit, added bubble sort code, and it's got added. So what next is like you need to push it, git push hyphen u origin master. So you need to get pushing this code, and it says like permission denied. So there is a problem in this particular thing because I'm logged in with some other github which I am not using right now. So give me a second, I will make this changes. So I don't know. Yeah, so it's in here, and I don't know, guys, what's happening over here. So what you have to do is something like you have the code now, and what you will be doing is something like there's a small problem with my particular thing over here. So what I'll be doing is like, what can I do? What can I do? So what I will say is like add a file, which so basically to do that like that you can create a pull request and do that by the CLI as well. So for now, I what you have to do is like you need to go first, create that, and use the nano. If you see, we have imported this particular thing, create this, and you need to say that git pull and everything. Due to some credentials mismatch, I'm unable to show that particular thing to you, but you can do that. And apart from that, I wanted to show you some other thing as well. I have a repository which will mm, help you with understanding some things regarding this particular GitHub, which you can do that. Give me a second. All GitHub. Need to find a user. So I previously created a small repository which has a cheat sheet of GitHub, right? You can use that particular thing to understand how that CLI and everything works. You can see it over here. Here is a list of that particular things which I have written. You can go to this particular thing and you can see that I have written to sign up with GitHub, to create a branch, to push. We have given some detailing as well, how to clone and everything. So you can use this particular thing. I had some small problem with the git bash, which I didn't expect. So yeah, you can do that. If you want to do that, you can do that as well. So apart from that, I think I have showed you both the ways of doing it, one with no code, one with the CLI as well. But due to small some credentials which are mismatched with my account, I'm unable to show that exactly how that would be working. But I think that hope that's fine with you all, and you can find a lot of tutorials. There's a free Udemy course as well which you can take. You can find for free courses there. So what I would show you is like adding my file without that particular thing, without that. So upload files. I will actually have made that particular small file, right? So I'm going to add that particular code of mine. So I'm going to desktop. I'm going to GitHub. I'm going to use this. Actually, I've added already, right? So I'm going to add that one bubble sort, and I would say that added bubble sort C program, and you can just commit it. You can just make a pull request. To make the pull request, you need to go to this pull request. You need to go to pull requests, and you need to make a new pull request, and it automatically gets selected this particular GitHub thing, which the bubble sort thing. You create a pull request. You say this one, and here you go, one more pull request is created. So you can go over here and refresh it and see it will get to two should happen, guys. So yeah, unfortunately this particular repo is marked as invalid as well, which I did last time, but this time it isn't valid anymore. So yeah, what I would say is, like, I like doing legitimate pull requests. You have a month long, so try finding some GitHub repos, like find something that you can really commit to. You can earlier I used to make some pull requests for Gatsby, and this Gatsby also has a very good thing that they actually give back t-shirts and other stuff, so you can actually get two things at once. So you can do that as well. uh, to show you that quickly, Gatsby store. So I actually get last year got this particular violet tea, which is super awesome, which is $10. You just need to log in with that, and you need to make some pull request on Gatsby. So more on that, you can read about Gatsby, how to contribute on Gatsby and other stuff. And for now, I think I've shown you how to make this particular pull request, and you can enjoy the Hacktoberfest, and also make some legitimate pull requests for any other software that you like. Try reading through the repositories, try reading the README, try reading their documentation, and see what you can contribute over there. So this is all it for this particular video, and I will see you next time. And also do subscribe and share this particular thing with your friends. If you like, you can also make the no code 4 pull requests. You can add 4 different jokes or changes in the readme. If there is any spelling grammatical mistakes, you can do that. If you're not a coder, if you're a content writer, you can write some readme files, or you can contribute to the documentation if you like any software, and if you like reading about tech programming and everything. And if you're a designer, what I would say is, like, you can go in the repositories readme.md, and you can create some presentations for the you can clone the code, or if it is an app, run it on the phone, take some screenshots, make a presentation of that particular thing, and try contributing over there. It would really help the repository owners with the help of your skills of designers like you. And you can make a lot of things with the version control, because GitHub is really expanding a lot with a lot of you can do a lot of things with version control. You can maintain your design, you can maintain the versions of the documents that you use. There are a lot of endless opportunities with version control. It's really great thing to learn and keep it in your pocket, have it in your toolkit. So this is it, guys, for this particular tutorial, and let's meet in the next one. And this is Balaji signing off. Have a great time, and enjoy the Hacktoberfest. And if you did get those 4 pull requests, and made to all the 4 pull requests, do give me a comment saying that by your video I have been able to do this, or message me anywhere on social. I'd be happy to know about that. And if there is anything, do put it in the comments. I would love to help you and get this pull request done. And this is Balaji signing off, and bye, guys.